Hey guys, so Heidi here with a Successful Fashion Designer, and in this video I'm going to do a book review for you. I get asked all the time about points of measure for your tech pack. What points of measure should you input? How do you know how many measurements are enough? How do you measure a jacket? All these various questions. And guess what? Someone out there wrote a book for us, and it's amazing. This is the only book in the industry that I know that exists like this, and it is by Michelle Wesson-Bryant and Diane Demers, called the Spec Manual. I own the second edition. There is a first edition. I don't think there's a ton of difference. I would lean towards getting the second edition. It's a little bit more up to date, but again, it is not that much of a difference. So this book can be found on Amazon. You can buy it new or used. It's pretty pricey. I got mine used for about $50. It ranges between about $50 to $100 depending on when you find it, but it's definitely a good worthwhile investment versus doing all this work yourself. So let's flip through. A couple things we get at the beginning. We get various croquis, okay? So we get men's and women's and juniors and petite and plus size and kids and preteen and all the various sizes and ages that we could want for our croquis. The next thing that we get, however, are all these how to measure templates. And so this first one starts out with how to measure a skirt. And so what we get is a skirt spec sheet. And so this lists out all the various measurements and the instructions for how to measure them, and all the various portions that you should be filling in within the spec sheet. Okay, so that matches up with this illustration here. So for example, if we look at illustration measurement 6A right here, and then I come back to this sheet and I look at measurement 6A, that is the center front and center back length. Okay, again, if I look at measurement 4 is the high hip, which is 4 inches down from the natural waist. Okay, so I'm not going to go through all these because they're pretty tedious and you can look at them if you get the book, but it basically has all the measurements for skirts and pants and shorts and vests. Where's the vest? I know there's a vest. There's the vest, and a woven shirt and a bodysuit and sweaters and tailored jackets. So don't try to figure out what all these measurements should be by yourself. Use a manual like this. Your time is much better spent taking this and then figuring out what your measurements are instead of trying to figure out where you actually need to place measurements. Someone already did the work for you, so I highly recommend you work with this book and go from there. It pretty much has all you need, including bras, and it has sample spec sheets, okay? So you can come in here and this gives you a bunch of sample measurements. Now I would not go off of this because each garment is unique and each fit is unique depending on your brand, but this is definitely a good reference and starting point. The last thing we get with this book is a clip art library of all these various fashion flats. Okay, and you can see in the back we have a CD. Now, if you still have a way to read a CD, you can check that out. I personally don't. It doesn't matter. I don't really need all these illustrations, but you do get these illustrations with it. So there you go, you guys. The Spec Manual by Michelle Wesson-Bryant and Diane Demers. I promise not to butcher your name next time. But check it out. It's a great resource for all your tech packs and your POMs, and it really will save you a lot of work in the long run. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I am So Heidi with the Successful Fashion Designer. If you like what I am doing, I would love to send you more content. Check out my website at soheidi.com. I send out tons of free tutorials and videos that you don't see here on YouTube, and I would love to get to know you a little bit better. See you soon. Bye-bye.